We take a look at Indiana's Big Ten Media Day, and it includes this shot of Dimitric Camiel having fun with the Hoosier mannequin. Did the mannequin say much to you, or was he pretty?
He was
soft-spoken.
Yeah, he was chilling.
Man, a few words. Yeah. All right. Good to have a few of the Hoosiers with us here. Dimitric Camiel, Dan Feeney, a Chicago area native. So,
yes, sir.
Welcome home to you, Marcus Oliver, junior linebacker, joining us as well. And guys, it was a big year for Indiana football last year. You broke through. You got into that bowl game. What did it mean? And I could start with you, Marcus. What did it mean after all that talk, after all the kind of what would it take to find yourselves in that game?
You're talking about the bowl game, right?
Yeah, to make a bowl.
It was getting a taste, you know. I think it was the most important thing for the program to start building, because now people have a taste of what they want, and the hunger becomes more, and people want more and more and more. And I think it's a trend that we've been able to start, and it's important to keep it consistent.
How about for you, Dan?
I'd say going to the bowl has definitely set a higher standard for us. You know, as Marcus said, a lot of people got a taste of what it's like to go to the bowl and the Pinstripe Bowl. The whole committee treated us very well. We went as much as we could in New York, saw a couple nice spots, and just setting the standard really high for us like that. And now we got a taste, and now we just want more.
How about from your point of view, Dimitri?
It really just gave us a little eye-opener, just seeing what kind of things we can accomplish, just the potential that season had. It only made us want more and more.
Right. So now how do you translate that? I mean, how do you go from being a team that made a bowl game to a team that makes multiple bowl games, that makes a bowl game every year? What's that next step in your mind for Indiana football?
I feel like we kind of have to establish a better culture. Last year we lost a lot of guys that played a lot. So just starting and bringing the young guys in, older guys stepping up and just keeping it rolling. And I feel like that'll be a nice start to get what we want.
When you say establish culture, in what way? Like, well, give me a tangible example of what you do to establish culture.
First off, winning games.
Right.
Making it to a bowl, you got to get 6. So keep getting 6 and more, and just keep going on.
What's the key to consistency in your mind, Dan?
The key to consistency, I think, is just coming to work every day, you know. I know practice gets mundane and stuff like that, but just having that goal be greater than that one day where it's like, I don't really feel like coming to work today kind of deal. You know, you got to push through that. You got to keep grinding it out, because there's bigger fruits to pick.
What about for you, Marcus?
I think the biggest thing is just having a standard as us old guys, and teaching the young guys the standard and holding them to it. I think accountability is one of the biggest things. So, you know, you got to do the little things right to get the big things.
We have 2 members of the offensive line here, and I think that speaks to just how good a group this is. Dimitric, I want you to go first. Give me a sense of what it means to be a part of this Hoosier line that I think is getting now an identity as one of the better lines of the Big Ten.
It definitely means a lot. Just the guys that we came in with, me, Feeney, Jason Spriggs, Wes Rogers, and Jacob Bailey. Us 5 guys, we just kind of embraced it, accepted it, Coach Fry's challenges, and used that as a springboard.
Coach Fry's a pretty intense guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's intense. But without him, we wouldn't be where we are, so we appreciate him a lot.
How about for you, Dan, the identity that Indiana is getting is a really good offensive line program?
Yeah, I think Dimitric hit it on the head. You know, Coach Fry, Coach Wilson, they hold us to extremely high standards. You know, both of them are offensive line coaches pretty much, so we kind of get spoiled having Coach Wilson be an offensive line coach as well. But they expect us to be great, you know, and we try to be great ourselves. You know, we accept challenges. I think we keep building, and we want more for ourselves.
There's so much hype around you this year, Dan. I mean, on everybody's All-American list. You had a decision to make as to whether or not to come back. What made you decide? What swayed you?
I need to work on my game a little bit more. You know, there was some little tweaks that I needed that were really bugging me, and that I know I could fix as long as I could just keep repping them out. So coming back for this last year, I think would really tweak those little glitches in my game, and then I can be a better player.
What's an example? Give us a sense of what you're working on individually.
Just hand play, being more explosive out of my stance and stuff like that. Just little things that I know I can correct easily. I just need to keep repeating them and keep working on the off season and now and camp coming up.
Dimitric, you're a great offensive lineman yourself, and I don't mean to minimize that in any way, but, I mean, this guy is a clear-cut future pro. Jason Spriggs, no doubt, is a pro. What have you learned from those two guys as part of your maturation?
From Feeney, I look up to him every day. He just works hard, and he really establishes, like, how it should be done. So if I'm doing something close to how he's doing it, then I'm doing all right. So, I mean, Spriggs, great athlete overall. That was my guy, and I mean, he taught me a lot of things as far as just being a tackle. So I really appreciate both those guys, and I had a lot of great offensive lineman mentors through there.
Marcus, I want to ask you a little bit about the defense. It's an area where there has been some improvement year to year, but I know you guys still feel like you need to take another step for this to be a consistent program. Give us a sense of where you think the defensive progress is as opposed to what we saw a year ago.
I think we've made huge strides. One being that we've been able to create a culture of confidence, and I think a lot of that goes to Coach Allen with his intensity and just his standard that he brings in, and he holds everybody accountable to. He's a unique guy who's brought a lot to us.
Give me an example of specifically what he's brought. What characterizes Tom Allen?
I've never found a guy or met a guy like him who's so jacked up and intense and doesn't cross the line and cares about you so much where you got to accept the coaching. So it's a unique thing with him. So
schematically, what can we expect from this defense? What's it going to look like?
The 4-2-5, and I love it. So I played in the 3-4, the 4-3, and so far this has been my favorite thing to play in.
Why do you like it from a linebacker's perspective?
It allows us to play fast and play free, and that was the first few things he started coaching. You can't play the position a linebacker thinking, so it's perfect for what we need to do.
Back to the offense, guys, and one of the big question marks around this team is how do you replace Nate Sudfeld? We know about the candidates to replace him. Xander Diamont is a familiar name, someone we've seen for the last couple of years in spot duty. Richard Lago comes in, junior college transfer. You've got Danny Cameron there as well. Give us a sense for the leadership and the skills you've seen from each one of those quarterbacks. I can start with you, Dimitric.
From all three of those guys, I can say they're ultimate competitors. They really just enjoy playing the game. And I feel like they kind of feed off of each other.
What stands out about each one individually? You know, tell me about Richard.
Richard, great athlete, big arm. Xander, great athlete, very, kind of squeamish and skirmish whenever he gets the ball. Yeah. And he brings like a flair to the game. Danny Cameron, ultimate competitor, great athlete as well, can sling the rock. So all those guys are nice quarterback fill-ups.
What do you see, Dan, from those guys?
You kind of hit the nail on the head right there, so I'm kind of going to repeat a little bit. But, I think Lego, he's coming in. He's starting to understand it a little bit more. In spring he was still thinking a little too much. Sometimes it's better if you just know. You don't got to think. You can just play ball. So I think he's starting to get that mentality of like, all right, it's just becoming second nature to him. And I think that's a really good aspect. And with Xander, I mean, obviously he knows our offense. He's been here for a couple of years. He's a good dual threat. He can kind of do a little bit of everything. And he's got that fire about him, like Dimitric said, that he just hates losing. He's a competitor through and through. And he'll do anything to win.
To me, I look at that as a really interesting question mark on your team. I look at defensive line as a question mark too, and I think you could probably give us a little bit of insight into that. Tell us about the guys in front of you on the line and how you've seen them come together.
I think Nate Hoff has done a great job with taking the role and the responsibility of making sure that they're the best technique and best understanding of what our scheme is. The role of that. He does a great job with making sure all the guys are on key of what they're doing. And I think, we still got Ralph here and Rob McCray, and we got young guys like Brandon Wilson, and and Jacob Robinson, who all can be great. So I just think if they keep listening to Nate, then we're going to be just fine at D-line.
What's the message that Coach Wilson, you think, is trying to convey to this team, coming off a successful year and now trying to build on it? What's he saying to you guys?
Don't let that be it. Stay hungry and keep chasing for more, because that wasn't anything but a taste. So I guess it kind of establishes like what is there and what we have opportunity to go get.
You agree with that, Dan? Is that kind of the ultimate? Is that the big
I agree.
statement coming into the year?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think just taking steps in the right direction. You know, we can't get big-headed about just one bowl game. I mean, we need more consistency. We need to go back. We need to get more bowl games. We need to get more championships. We need to establish more and set that standard as high as possible so our team strives to accomplish it.
Well, guys, it was fun watching it last year, and we look forward to more from the Hoosiers this year. Best of luck to you. Really good to have you. Marcus Oliver, Dan Feeney, Dimitric Camiel. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.